Bing bong. Right. So, I just found out that there's a difference between traveling and going on a vacation. And I'm pretty excited about this because I think picking one or the other can really benefit people depending on where they are in their life right now. And these are just my thoughts and observations. Nothing I say is known to be true. So just take whatever you like and leave the rest. See, we just got back from traveling in a camper van for 5 months, and now we're back home. And someone asked me, how was your vacation? And I can only really think about, or the first thing that I thought was, it didn't feel like a vacation at all. I couldn't really explain why, so I struggled to articulate my thoughts. That's why I've been thinking about it a lot. And I think I found something that you might relate to. See, when we first went out with the van, we couldn't believe we were finally on the road after the whole conversion. And there was definitely some nerves as well about driving away from home, not really having a destination, and having to find a spot every single night. And after a month or so, we still felt excited or nervous at times, but that feeling of being on the way and on a trip and going away from home, that all started to really fade away and become invisible. We weren't really worried about being away from home because we completely forgot about home in a way. It wasn't really like on our mind the whole time. And we weren't really worried about where we were going. So we were just basically in the moment. And I know this all sounds very cliche about living in the moment and enjoying the journey, but I do think that that is what makes traveling so great. And I experienced that now firsthand, that after a while of being on the road, it really forces you to basically be there wherever you are. And it has had some really great impacts on us personally that we're excited to then take back home. But yeah, after 5 months now that we've been traveling in this camper van, we're kind of done with it. We've had enough. We crave the stability and the old friends and just having a shower. We're really excited to take all that stuff that we've learned on this trip and incorporate that back home. But a vacation, like on a practical side, it only has one destination, instead of having hundreds while you're traveling. And therefore also very big expectations, because it's only one destination, it better be good. Right. So there's only one destination. Maybe there's a few destinations on a vacation. You might hop from one campsite to another, but it's mostly very few. You're going to one place, you'll probably stay there. Most vacations are about 2 weeks long. And in 2 weeks, you don't have enough time to completely let go of home and family and work and friends and all that. I'd say you need at least 3 weeks before you can mentally completely forget about home. But every now and then you need a vacation. It's like every now and then you need a cheat meal. It's a food analogy. If life at home is your daily meals, traveling might be learning how to cook those meals well. And then vacations are the cheat meals. And together they make a well-balanced life diet, I feel like. That indulgence combined with longer form traveling and learning as a person, growing as a person, can make life back home ultimately more enjoyable. What I like about this little analogy is that it makes it easier to then think about what you want yourself and what you want to focus on. If you want to focus on making the meals taste better, you might consider traveling. If you feel like breaking things up, you might go on a vacation. So those were my thoughts. I finally managed to articulate them to that person who asked me how my vacation was. There you go.